The Binary Boys are here to do a review on Amazon's new Kindle 2. So let's just start by reviewing what exactly the Kindle 2 is. An e-reader, of course, made by Amazon. Go figure, it's in the name, who would have thought. So an e-reader, for those of you who aren't aware, is just a slim little device like this. Sony currently makes one, and there's a couple other companies out there, smaller ones making them. But Sony and Amazon are the two big companies involved in the e-reader, move. So basically, you'll notice most of the device landscape is used up by the big screen. Which you would, of course, figure because you're going to need to use it to read with. So right now, Glenn's showing it to you. It's pretty minimal, just a nice black and white interface. But the real advantage of the screen built into the Kindle 2 is that it's not backlit, it's not an LCD or anything like that. It won't hurt your eyes because there's no light being actually emitted from it. So
you can't see that well right here, but the text really looks exactly the way it does on a page, which is really nice because, like you said, no backlighting.
And I mean, most books aren't in color anyways, so it's going to look really familiar to those of you who are, avid book readers out there. So, it's a pretty simple device. If, Glenn, you want to move it in close again, and if you want to take a look, on either side, there's some buttons. We got a next page on both sides, depending if, which hand you want to hold it with. A home and a previous.
Yep. Next, previous, home.
And then you'll notice on the bottom, there's a QWERTY keyboard that you can use to type notes and stuff like that into, your reading materials. The main way to interact with the Kindle is going to be the five-way directional pad there, kind of like a joystick. It's really pretty easy to use, we found, and that you'll be able to use for moving back and forth to jump quite a few pages or chapters in books. You'll also use it for simple navigation through menus. That'll be your click.
One of the coolest things is that it has a 3G capability built in, as in the data network, so you can download books or whatever content you want anywhere that you have cell service for free right onto this thing. So that's pretty cool.
And what are you going to download? Well, you can get all the bestsellers, tons of books, thousands of books are available to read on the e-reader, but also you can get publications like magazines and newspapers. There's a rumor floating out there that the Collegian might sometime in the future be looking to publish to the Kindle store. Is that right, Glenn?
In fact, there's a very likely chance that they're going to do it as soon as possible. So they're just looking into it right now, but they think it's going to happen. So we're going to wait and find out on that one.
So one of the cooler features that you'll notice that you have on the Kindle 2 is the text-to-speech function. It's not amazing, but it's definitely a lot better than some of the computers out there. It's kind of controversial, too, because it's going to possibly, the argument is that it'll take away from audiobook sales. But if you want to, we'll play a sample for you right here. It's not that good, but it's pretty good for what we've seen.
A new era of responsibility, renewing America's future. It proposed the creation of a national infrastructure bank, something promised in an important campaign speech.
So not bad. It's got these two speakers built into the back, and those are also used because it is an MP3 player too. You can download MP3 files to it. It's got a headphone jack right here, so
it's not something they brag about on Amazon's website. It's sort of an experimental thing they're testing, but we found no problems. It's actually got a little volume adjuster on the side right there. You can't even see it. It blends right in. So some of the stuff that could have made the Kindle 2 just a tad bit better, in our opinion, we would have liked to see some sort of backlighting interface. And we believe that the biggest problem with that is just the fact that it would sort of start wearing on your eyes. So it's something that, would be a step above a book. You'd be able to read it anywhere, light or dark. So that could be really nice for car rides and stuff like that.
Now, I did have this thing outside tonight when it was dark out, and I could read it under a street lamp just fine, probably almost better than the eye strain it would take to read a book under a street lamp.
And obvious complaints aside, this might not be for everyone. In fact, it's not for everyone. It's a $360 price tag. So, it's going to pay itself off because digital books are a lot cheaper than paper books. And they're also,
most of the time,
for the environment.
50% or more off of a hardcover price.
So it's, about maybe 20 books if you're thinking you're going to pay 20, but it only costs $9.99, which is what bestsellers run for on here. So, after about 20 books, maybe it'll pay itself off. So it's something to really figure out if it's going to work in your lifestyle. But it's really cool if it's something that, is appealing to you. So
textbooks, too. You could be sitting in class and, reading your textbook out of here.
Weighs a lot less in your backpack.
Definitely. Amazon rolled out with an iPhone app for the Kindle store where it basically turns your iPhone into a ebook reader. You can download content to your iPhone, read it on there. Obviously, it's not the same screen, it's not the same hardware at all, but functionality-wise,
And the awesome thing is they work on the same level. So if you buy a book on your Kindle 2 here, you can go on the Kindle application on your iPhone and you can download it for free, no charge whatsoever, and vice versa, obviously. So maybe if you're thinking of getting a Kindle 2, but maybe not yet, you don't have the money, you could always grab the device on your iPhone if you've got one, start a library up, and and then once you get your Kindle 2, it'll automatically all hop on. Well, I think we've really covered it all. The Kindle 2. The Collegian might be moving to it, and New York Times, everybody else is there. So, if it's something that's going to fit your lifestyle, definitely invest in it. It's new technology. That's what we're all about.
And don't forget, it's green. That's CSE's mission. Yeah. We want it to be all paperless.
Yep. So, when we've got no trees, you'll be the only one reading a book.
You might be the only one reading a book anyway.
Yeah, that's true. Nobody reads books anymore.